I am just doing like a little garland for on top of my fridge, or not on top of my fridge, but on top of my cabinet over there. So I'm just kind of going back and forth. I am going to add a little to the back. I don't want that just plain, but I'm trying to do it where it's more like it sticks up for height, just because it's going on top of a cabinet and that's going to be at the back. It's not like a 360 type thing. Hi, Tessie. Hey, Stephanie. Okay, so with my loops, the ones up front, I am trying to make them a little bit bigger, and I do like to kind of twist so it gives it a little bit of a different shape, and kind of makes it a little bit fatter. And I'm trying not to cut this, y'all, because I hate dealing with cut mesh when it's the thinner. And my garland, this is out of that garage sale box that I found all that greenery. So it had a little bit of a longer strip, and then I just kind of braided in a shorter strip more in the center just to kind of give it a little more stability and make that a little bit thicker. So I got this from Temu, and I honestly didn't realize it was like glittery like this. It's kind of like this stuff from the Dollar Tree. So there's going to be glitter everywhere. I'm going to go with it. It was a lot on there. And I mean, it's a great fill-in for stuff, but it is going to be a little bit of a pain. Living at home with all boys, how do they feel with all the pastel colors going on? Very curious. Well, see, normally, we've done the Grinch. I've done traditional. I've done, like snowmen one year. And so when I kind of started seeing all this stuff, it's the kitchen. The rest of the house is more traditional. And like my youngest, he likes all the food stuff and thinks it's cool or whatever. My oldest came in here and just kind of stood. I said, you don't like it? I said, I know you don't like the colors, but he goes, no, as far as the way it looked, like you did a good job. He's like, yeah, this is not my favorite though. But the rest of the house is like traditional. Which I kind of ask them, and then there's times where I'm like, look, mom's doing it and this is what I want, you know? So, but I do ask them a lot, like through the years, have kind of seen what they wanted to do or whatever. Okay, I'm going to cut these. I probably should have made some of these up beforehand, but I'm not really making bows. It's more like a loop with a tail is what I'm wanting. I got this from Walmart. It's pink and it has the little like peppermints on it. And I really like that it kind of incorporated just a little bit of the red and like the candy canes and stuff like that. So I just want to loop this here. I do like stuff like this where it's sheer and added in. It just adds that color. And it kind of breaks up when you're using kind of the same tones. It just breaks it up a little bit. And I'll also go back and make sure my edges are cut a little bit better. I don't think anyone cares in this house what I do. Yeah, see, that's, I mean, nobody really says anything. Like, but I would ask my kids, like, when they were little, and we would, you know, do certain things, but okay. So with this one, it's the same thing with the cups, because it drives me nuts when a ribbon is patterned and then like one tail it's upside down. So I try to make sure like that's going to go up. Same with this one. I'm wanting those tails to go up. So when I lay them in there, I'll try to make sure that I do that. And that's just like a personal thing, y'all. Like okay. So this is that stuff from the dollar store. It's that little tubing stuff. I like to do usually like 3 little loops. I think it's just kind of cute and adds another little layer and element. You could do a zip tie or wire. I will say with these, I tend to cut them kind of short and right up in there. It's like their edges, it's kind of like the mesh. It'll fray some. So I don't leave them long where they're, you know, kind of sticking out everywhere. You could definitely do like an ornament to kind of hide that or cover it up, or you could do another deal of mesh on the front. Because it's going down in the garland, all that's lifted up. If I feel like it's showing, I'll cover it, but a lot of times it ends up covered, so I'm not going to worry about it. You can see. But see, that kind of fills in that end, and you get a little bit of all the ribbons. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get this fairly centered. This was roughly the size of this little island, so I know it needs to go roughly like right here. And I'm trying to tell, both sides are pretty much the same, so I think we're good. I'm just setting it in here like this. And I did like take a skewer and poke through the bottom, and then I put this wire, I just kind of bent it in the middle and shoved it up in there. And that way, if I want to take this off and like use it with more of just a gingerbread theme later on, I can. And use it kind of more like a little cake. I also don't know about like storing this sucker. I may need to kind of take him off of there so that I can do it. Now I may, if I have to glue it down, I'll glue it down, but I'm hoping that I don't have to. But I did 2 of them, 1 on each side. Strung them on a pipe cleaner, and then I put the 2 together. And then my little cookies, I took wire and I wrapped it with the pipe cleaner, so if you saw it, you would just see pink instead of the wire. And then I just put them up in there. And I definitely want, I love these peppermint ones from Hobby Lobby. Can y'all see them? I don't know where I am on the camera now. They have like that vintage feel, and I do really like those. So I'm going to try to get these down in here, and I may need to go around to do this. I'm hoping I can just thread this through, and then I'll go around to like position it a little bit better. Like the one that's up here and this one, those are actually pool noodles that my mom and I, we just sliced them and painted them and then did the puffy paint on them. Okay, and I'm hoping space-wise we're roughly the same. If I have to add another little cluster of balls, I will. And see, once I get this on my cabinet, I can stabilize him a little bit better. Like I said, if I need to glue him in or add something to the bottom, I will. I was hoping to not have to do that. Oh, thank you, Ruth. Okay. So I am trying to make sure, I feel like I'm off camera and I feel bad, that my tree is like showing and it's not half a tree. And I'm trying to make sure that this is long enough that when I raise it up and kind of curl, you at least have a tree on there. I need to figure out a better way, y'all. Maybe a big old table or something. I don't know. I don't know what to do to make it where y'all are seeing more of what I'm doing and the piece has enough room to sit. My floor is going to be silver by the time I'm done making this thing. This over here, since this is closer to this part and it's the same thing, I'm going to do this one more towards the back, and that way I have that peppermint stuff more towards the front. And for me, I like having kind of two sets of ribbon where it all goes together, and sometimes even mix in just a little bit, but it kind of breaks it up some, and I do like that. And like I said earlier, it's a good way of sort of using up some of your stuff. So if you have like used ribbons and different things and you're doing smaller projects, you don't have to have in every single piece. Just like even a little loop of it to kind of go through, kind of helps use your stuff. I do like to, okay, we'll find them. I'm not a big dovetail ends person. I mean, some things I'll do it, but I tend to do like a straight line and fold it, or like this being the peppermint and candy, I like the angle cut on it. That's just one of those like personal preference things. And I know some people say whatever you do, do it through the whole thing. I don't mind if the ribbons have different ends. Like, to me, it's just, I don't know. I don't want to say texture, but you know what I mean? It just kind of gives it each their own thing. So, oh, thank you, Stephanie. And okay, and I do like longer tails too. You can kind of curl up. So I just kind of play with it a little bit. And that's all I did on this one, right? I'm bad about that, y'all. Sometimes I'll be doing something, then I realize in one of my groupings I missed something and didn't get it in there. Can y'all see? Okay, making sure my big head wasn't blocking. And I'll have to go back and lift up everything and like make sure we're totally good here, but I do want this coming out the front a little, and that can come there. And then because I'll put this up on a book in the middle, this will kind of be like draped off the front of it to decorate that part. And a lot of my ornaments, I have found stuff like, you know, garage selling different things or Goodwill, but a lot of them are from the at-home store. The last couple of years I have gone, my mom and I, after Christmas, and some of it we've gotten like 90% off, and some of their boxes are $4.99, so it's like 49 cents a box. And I've tried to load up on different, kind of the candy color theme, and then traditional, because looking back at like my older pictures when like I first got married and even first having kids, my trees look so pitiful, y'all. It's so bad. But like in my head, that's always more of what I wanted. But I mean, I'm not gonna go spend like $500, or you know what I mean, the amount that it takes to kind of do that. And the wire goes in it really good, and that's how I got the little curly cue. So I do want some of these coming out. So I'm just going to take and twist that around. And maneuver. So that's another little layer coming out of it without being, you all see that? Okay. Without being more ribbon. So I'm kind of trying to add like icing looking stuff or whatever. Okay. So I have these that I made, and that's a pool noodle too that I did last year. And I may end up adding these in kind of tucked if I feel, or back where I'm not on there and you can see, right? Nope, nope, nope. Am I going the wrong way? Dang it. I can't see, y'all. I'm blind as a bat. How do you store your garland? That's why I didn't want to glue this guy on here, because I'll put it like in a trash bag and then I put it in a tote. Is what I prefer to do if I can keep them together. And then my husband, I actually had him bring home some like from Pizza Hut, some boxes because they're rectangular. And my shorter little garlands, I just have to like fold the ends a little bit and they fit in there really good. And then I put a trash bag over it because, I mean, that's a lot of totes. So I'm able to kind of just set it on top of the totes. And that's what I do with those. I have like that little guy that I might add. And then these are just the little styrofoam rounds from the Dollar Tree, and I turned it into macaron. And then I also have a cookie that I did the same thing. And I didn't like seal or make these shiny or anything. You can totally do that. I just used the spackle stuff for the frosting and put beads on it. And then my mom and I did like a little bonbon, I guess is what you'd call it. Just like a little cake type thing. So we have some different ones like that. And we kind of split them up. But I'm thinking I'll probably add those in here. So I do want to add some more of those these things. I don't know what to call that. It's like a gemmed tube or type thing. And this is what I use. It's just the floral wire, and it's white. And I purposely got the white knowing that I was going to be doing a lot of this stuff. So just in case you kind of saw it. One of these that I got, it was a little more see-through. And so you could see the pipe cleaner in it. It's fun making stuff with your mom. Yeah, we enjoyed it. We were working on stuff the other day, and then we did her tree. And I don't know if I'm supposed to go back, if there's anything else she needs me to do or not. Well, I know the top of her cabinet, I have to do that. But she said she was working on her tree some more. So I'm hoping she got finished whatever it was and that she was able to add it on there and stuff.